All right, good morning again. It's 10:10, 10 on 10 here this morning. As you can see, we've got the fog map up, and we've even got a camera right now located at I-55 at Perryville. This is in southeast Missouri, and we're looking at the fog situation, and we're starting to see some clearing on this camera at least, thankfully. And as we take a look at our map, a wide view of the area is starting to show the fog generally clearing from southeast to northwest, but I think the fog across the entire area is going to begin to lift through the morning hours, so expect that to occur. I've hit the wrong button again, but anyway, as the fog begins to lift this morning, we'll have temperatures that will be in the 50s, and today our temperatures should warm into the 60s throughout the afternoon. As we take a look at the kind of the satellite, the regional view of everything going on, we've got a stationary front along with a low pressure system draped across from portions of Pennsylvania, Ohio, into Indiana, Illinois, southeast Missouri, into central Missouri. That goes off into Kansas. So we've got some troughing that's also occurring. And when you combine the troughing with our low pressure system that'll be moving in later this evening, that will help to produce those thunderstorms that we're seeing. Now, as we take a look at First Alert Doppler Network right now, the good news is that things are fairly quiet across the area. And you're getting ready to see that as the scan pops on there. Some shower activity showing up right now near Roseclare and Eddyville along 34. 130 or 145, I should say. That takes you down towards Metropolis there. Those showers there. We've got some showers as well near Joppa, and those run along 45 kind of as they stretch off. And let's get some motion on these real quick, and we'll let you know which way these are moving. Moving generally to the north and east. So this activity is moving off to the north and east, and there could be some scattered showers through the morning. So let's walk you through the rest of this morning and walk you on into the afternoon, because some interesting stuff's going to happen through today, and we could have some strong storms as well. So we'll talk about that right now. Here's a look at the model run starting out. Let's back this up real quick. Pause it right there. Here's 11 o'clock, showing you that we could have some on and off scattered showers and storms as we continue to progress through the daytime. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, those scattered showers are possible. Of course, we can't rule those out, but that's going to be better than what I think we'll have later this afternoon and evening. By 3, 4 o'clock, you can see some storm activity moving into the southwest corner of your screen there, and that pushes in from Pocahontas, Jonesboro, and that's in our southeast Missouri areas, and then northeast Arkansas is where the storm activity will be moving in from, and that's going to spread off to the north and east. So this latest model run, latest data is keeping some of those isolated cells out of the area during the early evening hours, but we'll still be watching for any isolated cells that can develop, because if they can develop, that could mean we could have some large hail, maybe an isolated tornado, but mainly some gusty winds and large hail would be the threats within the isolated cells. Now, with the activity that moves in later tonight, here's 7 o'clock, you can see some white showing up, and on the legend up there, on the scale, the extreme category is that white, and then it kind of tapers off into a black, but on the screen you'll see a white color show up. Those would be areas where some large hail and especially some spin-up tornadoes could be possible, which we'll discuss in a minute on the next graphic. But here's 8 o'clock. The activity moves into southern Illinois. Very heavy rain at times. We could definitely see some flash flooding issues, I think. Here's 10 o'clock showing more heavy rain, and that would be the first round. Now we have a second round that moves through in the overnight hours towards tomorrow morning, early. We're talking about midnight here, as you can see on the upper banner there. And then that round of storms could bring some very gusty winds, very heavy downpours, of course, thunder and lightning, and then some hail with it as well, of course. But I want to go back to that real quick just so I can show you that. And it's going to be impossible for me to do, so we'll skip that. But I'll keep you up to date on that. We'll try to go back to that here in just a minute if we can. Here's the severe weather threat categorical outlook on the map. We discussed this a little bit earlier. The yellow category, a 2 out of a 5 risk for severe weather. If you're south of Route 13, you're included in that 2 out of a 5 risk for severe weather. And that's usually what we have around here. That orange is indicating the moderate severe weather risk for the area through the overnight hours, and that would be a moderate risk for portions of southeast Missouri, the Boot Heel, of course, northwest Tennessee, a couple of counties included in that, and then portions of northeast Arkansas. So that's something we're watching. As we break down what I do expect to happen here in southern Illinois as far as our severe threats, we'll talk about that right now. So tornadoes, I think we'll have a slight risk of spin up tornadoes. Can't rule those out, of course. 5 out of a 5 risk for gusty winds, especially inside those storms. It's going to be gusty, so secure those loose objects. Large hail is possible outside of the main thunderstorms. If we can get those cells to develop, I think large hail could be possible in across the area, as we'll have that cold air above the surface. That would help to form that large hail. Hail is definitely possible with the thunderstorms that is associated with the very heavy rain, but it won't be very large hail. But again, hail is what I'm trying to drive there. So hail is possible across the entire area tonight with those storms. Flooding is definitely possible. We'll have heavy rain. 2.5 to 3 inches is certainly possible for some of the area. We're going to be watching that and breaking that down hopefully here within the next couple of hours. So that's your first alert forecast at 10:16. We'll get you back out here with a look at those cameras and the fog situation. Thank you for watching First Alert Weather. Again, the current time 10:16 a.m.